From classroom quiet to global spotlight. Here is how my daughter turned shy whispers in the classroom to a fearless interview with an ocean hero. Today I want to talk about my 9-year-old daughter. And a couple of weeks ago she came to me and said, "Dad, I'm giving this talk in my school." She's now in 4th grade. And we need a topic. And I want to talk about Sea Shepherd. And I was like, what? I was blown away. That's cool. For all of you who don't know who Sea Shepherd is. Sea Shepherd is a worldwide ocean conservation NGO. And I had the pleasure to work with a couple of guys, especially with Marcus, who is not only the director of Sea Shepherd Austria, but also manages the global fleet. And the crazy thing about it is that he is living like an hour drive from me. So I immediately turned to my daughter and said, "That's so cool that you want to talk about Sea Shepherd. And what are we going to do is we're going to interview Marcus because he is the leader. He knows everything about it." And she said, "That's awesome. Let's do it." So last week, it was a Friday, we drove to his hometown and we met in a cafe. And my daughter was pretty nervous in the car. She said, "Oh, I'm really anxious about this, Can we turn back?" And I said, "No, we're going to do this, It's normal to feel nervous, to be nervous in this kind of situations. And for me, I framed it as, if I'm feeling this feeling, that's rocket fuel, because I know if I go through it, there is where the real growth is." And she's like, "Yes, let's do it." The really cool thing about it is that a couple of years ago, she was so shy in class that she didn't even talk to her teacher. And the teacher came to us and said, "Hey, we need to do something. Mia is too shy, she's not talking." And here, sitting next to me, my 9-year-old daughter being ready for interviewing like a global ocean leader for the first time. So I was so proud of her already. And it wouldn't matter how this interview would turn out. I know that there is so much growth for her only by showing up, only to be in this situation and exploring. So we met Marcus at the cafe, and they set everything up. I had my mics with me, and in the car we wrote down some questions. So my daughter had her own book, a little booklet. She wrote like 20 questions and 2 bonus questions. And then they were sitting next to each other. And Mia started the interview, and as if she had performed this like hundreds of times, she was so confident, just talking about her, asking the questions, being present. There was even eye contact. So this was really, really beautiful to witness. And by the end, she also asked 2 bonus questions, which were like, one was really ridiculous. And that was really, really cool that she brought this as well. And by the end, when we drove back, Mia said, my daughter, "This was the best day of my life, Dad." And so what I'm learning is I want to be a role model for my kids. And not only for my kids, but I want to be a role model. And the best way to be a role model is to invite them into your world. Show them what's possible. Give them opportunities where they can thrive, where they can experiment, where they can feel safe. I could have said, you know what, it's too much work to do an interview. Let's go to ChatGPT, find some data, and it's anyhow just a 10 minutes talk. It's cool, don't rush it. But for me, it was important. And here is the thing. Yes, Mia was really shy in the beginning, but she could change, and she's now doing a 20 minutes interview with an ocean leader. So this also shows like we are capable, you are capable of everything you want. Stop playing small, What's the worst case that can happen if you go outside your comfort zone and be wild, do an interview, go on stage, do a keynote, whatever it is, whatever gives you the edge, but there is the growth. And I want to invite you to find something in your life where there is an edge, where there is something uncomfortable. And I want you to lean into that, not from fear, but from being courageous, and despite of fear, you're doing it anyhow. So, what is one thing in your life where you're playing on the edge, where you feel like, if I'm leaning into that, that's going to be uncomfortable, and you know that this is where the growth is? Let me know. Loving you guys.